Guys, as you see, I did a thing here and can't believe it. I purchased a Porsche, more specifically a Porsche Cayenne. I guess why is a good question. Look, we have now 2 kids who drive. My wife has a company car. She used to have previously car allowance, now company car. And we have the Corolla to run around, but we need a car where we can go easy on holiday with, because the Land Cruiser most of the time is a 2-seater. And we also need a car which can be driven by the kids, which obviously my wife's company car can't. So we needed another car to switch her back to a car allowance. And I have been thinking about the Porsche Cayenne for quite some time, because I have 2 friends who have one. Both of them love them. And when looking online how much they go for, I actually realized that you can purchase a lot of car for the money with one of the Cayennes. And as usual, I think I have been quite lucky with these purchases here. I looked at quite a few, and they were in various conditions, from private sellers, from dealers. And then on Saturday I saw one on CarSales with only 3 blurry images, no interior images, nothing else. You could recognize it was a Cayenne, and you could recognize it was blue, but that was the end of it. So it wasn't that far from here. And so I drove past there and had a look at the car. Yeah, used buyer's dream. One owner, had it from new, always Porsche serviced, 100% by Porsche, so full service history. And the previous owner just bought a new Cayenne GTS, 135,000 kilometers. Yeah, and in immaculate condition. Until a month ago it was actually wrapped, the paint, so the paint is also in top condition. Yeah, so I bit the bullet and purchased it for the time being, because it still has extended Porsche factory warranty, which I can extend for 1 more year. I will be not making any crazy modification until the service next year, and then the factory warranty runs out the year after. By the way, it is the 3-liter diesel, so that's what I wanted. I think these will be our new soft tourer, and there will be quite a few modifications coming. I obviously did quite a bit of research into the cars before I purchased them, and thanks to Dean for a lot of his advice and help. He has 2 of them. This seems to be a very good car, a very good engine. I mean, like every car, it has a few things to look out for, and one of it is that Porsche made the transmission and transfer case sealed for life. But from everything I have seen, that is not a good idea. Land Rover did the same with the ZF gearbox at the time. That wasn't a good idea either. So the car drives absolutely perfect, no issues whatsoever. I have it already booked into Hills Motor Repair, which specializes in all European cars, including Porsches. And on Monday it will get a transmission flush and new oil, as well as a transfer case oil swap. And yeah, with all the other Porsche factory maintenance, this car is in absolutely top condition. I absolutely love it. I mean, driving it, I've driven many modern cars. When I used to work for the Land Rover Experience, I drove all the new Range Rovers and Land Rovers. I used to have the Discovery 3, 2 of them actually. So I do have experience with it, but my main cars, you know, the Hilux, the Land Cruiser, obviously are very old school, and I love that. But it's also nice to drive a reasonably modern car. It is modern enough to, yeah, feel like kind of a new car, but still old enough, because it is exactly, I think, the last or second last year before AdBlue was introduced, so I don't have any AdBlue. And this 6-cylinder diesel engine, which is also used in the VW Touareg, it's used in the Audi Q7, is one of the most reliable diesel engines if it's properly looked after. And yeah, it drives really like a dream. Very happy with that. So yeah, stay tuned for a bit of Porsche content over the next coming years. And let's see what I can do with this thing. If you have a look into the US, there are actually quite a few people who build these into very capable tourers. This one is the 9581. It doesn't have low range, but I think it's an 8-speed gearbox. So it has excellent traction control. I think Porsche actually developed the traction control originally. And yeah, it's not going to be a rock crawler. I'm not taking it up 6-stage. But for general touring, Victorian High Country, New England Tablelands, family stuff, it will be more than sufficient. I should mention that that's certainly not the first European car. As a matter of fact, we actually purchased a new VW TDI in the year 2000. But I sold that after 2 years because in the first year alone, this car was 11 times in unscheduled service with VW. Some of the service I received at the time from the dealership was atrocious. After picking the car up 6 weeks later with one of the many unscheduled services, someone had lived in my car. There were breadcrumbs everywhere. There was chocolate milk on the leather seats. So it was very evident that someone used my car as a runaround, which was absolutely appalling. So anyway, after that, I vowed to never purchase a new VW again, which I haven't. We did purchase another Golf 6-7 years later, but a used one fairly cheap, which we ran for a few years, but then the maintenance became all a bit too much. But after that, we purchased a Toyota Corolla, and in Toyota fashion, it gets a yearly service and nothing else. That's all. So yeah, you really can't beat them. But I'm very keen to see now how that Porsche goes maintenance-wise. I have the full service history. There have been over the past 12 years or 13 years a few small little things, but certainly nothing major. So I keep you posted how the Cayenne will go. While I have driven quite a few Porsches, I never owned one. So it was also something which was on my to-do list. Obviously, it's not a Porsche 911, but at this stage, I'm not really interested in sports cars. So this is, I reckon, the best Porsche for my needs. While I've driven quite a few Porsches, I have to say it drives absolutely beautifully. I'm driving it manually here because I want to do a bit of a DPF burn off. It certainly doesn't feel like four-wheel drive. In regards to drive, I have the coil suspension, so not the air suspension, but it drives very, very nice, I have to say. And that diesel engine, also quite tunable, but I don't think I will do that in a hurry. Yeah, it certainly has more grunt than any of my other four-wheel drives, that's for sure. So stay tuned and let's see what I can do with this Porsche. Fuck the new car. I'm just coming from shooting and have the worst hailstorm and rainstorm like nuts. I went under a tree, but it didn't help much. But everywhere I'm driving here, trees down, water on the road, big branches down, absolutely nuts, which is a bit of a problem.